Hi, my name is Teresa Owen. I'm the director at Open Door Pregnancy Center. This is my story and the story of how this center began. I began serving in women's ministry in my local church about 2002. But in 2010, the Lord pressed on my heart and led me to fully surrender my life to Him through serving in women's ministry. At the time that I made that decision, I did not fully understand what that meant. I didn't know what God was calling me to do exactly, and I didn't know how I was going to accomplish it or what He was going to do in my life. And so I just began praying and exploring my options. So I made an appointment and I went to visit with the women's ministry leader at Mobberly Baptist Church. Her name's Lisa Swartz. So I went and spent a morning with her, and she took the opportunity to invest in me, to pray over me, to share with me what women's ministry had been like in her life. And then she handed me a stack of resource material to take home, to look over, to pray about, and to consider. Later on that same day, I had lunch with a new friend. Her name was Misty Davidson. So while we were at lunch that day, we're just talking and visiting, getting to know each other, talking about kids, jobs, all these kinds of things. And all of a sudden, Misty got really serious with me. And she said, "I need to tell you something." I'm thinking, sure, go ahead. This is a good lighthearted lunch, and go ahead. And she said, "No, you don't understand." And tears began to well up in her eyes, and she said, "I need to tell you something." She said, "I don't know why, but every time I see you at church, I feel compelled to share this story with you." She began to tell me her testimony, which included having 2 abortions in her past. The hurt in her eyes and the destruction that this had brought in her life was just devastating. I had no clue what to do with that information, and so we sat at lunch that day and cried and prayed and parted ways and promised to be there for her, just to listen and to cry with her, not really having an answer. So went on about my day, and later on that evening when I got home, I began to flip through some of the materials that Lisa had given me earlier that morning. And as I'm turning the pages and I open it up, and there's this study called Surrendering the Secret, Healing the Heartbreak of Abortion. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that anything like that even existed. So I got out my computer and started searching and Googling and looking to see where can we buy this Bible study, and is there somebody in our area that's offering it and doing it, and just trying to get information. And I found a group of ladies called CARE, stands for Christ-Centered Abortion Recovery of East Texas. They are out of Tyler, and that's what they do. They help women who have had abortions in their past to recover and find healing, and they use this Bible study to do that. And so God allowed me to connect Misty to this group of women, and they walked through this Bible study with her. But in this process, God allowed me a very unique position to be Misty's prayer partner and to be there for her as she worked through this material and as she worked through the hurts and the struggles that she had encountered because of this decision. And while having an abortion is not a part of my story, God allowed me to see her story firsthand. Misty completed this Bible study, and then she invited me to go to Dallas with her to attend a training so that she and I both could become certified leaders to offer this study in our hometown, in our local church, or in a pregnancy center like this one, wherever we could offer it. And so I went with her, and I will tell you that training event was very eye-opening for me. There were 50 women there, and there were 2 of us who had not had an abortion. I heard stories, and I saw women shed tears, and my heart broke for these ladies. My friend Misty can't be here to share her story with us because she's fighting a battle with cancer, but I do want you to hear her story.